All right, everybody, welcome to the Degenerate Gamblers. We're going into week 15, just had week 14. Hey, listen, if you like what you see, hit the like button, follow Howie Dewey on YouTube. We got a long season ahead of us on the Degenerate Gamblers. Let's talk about college football. That's what we're here to do. This past weekend was a wild one. Yeah. It didn't start out the way we wanted it to. It didn't. I gave out one free bet this weekend. That was Colorado. I don't know. What were they? My 16, my 17. It didn't matter. They went 52 to nothing. We said Deion Sanders would run this score up against Oklahoma State. That's what we said last week, and he did. And he did it quickly. Trying to get Travis Hunter that Heisman, baby. Yeah, even though I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I mean, Travis Hunter's a great player, two-way player. He'll probably play both ways in the NFL. I should have said two ways, not both ways. But hey, listen, Travis Hunter plays D, great receiver. Showed what he could do on Saturday. Should he win the Heisman? How the hell does he beat Ashton Genty? This kid is a one-man wrecking crew. He does all. Best running back I've seen in college. I don't know. Where do you go back to Barry Sanders? This kid is a beast. Let's see what he does in the playoffs. Let's see if he can get by this Friday night. That's the key. They got a big one in UNLV Mountain West Championship. We'll get into that later. Let's talk about this past weekend, guys. Um, we did not start off the way you want to. Yeah, we had Colorado big, but the team that I loved this past weekend, and I had them with various parlays, teases, what have you. Uh, we got to talk about the negative first. We always do on here. And I'm going to talk about Ohio State. I thought that this was the year that Ohio State would smack the shit out of Michigan at home. I really did. They had the personnel. You're at home. This is a rivalry. You never beat Michigan. This is where they're going to run it up. And guys, the head coach is getting the blame on this. Yeah, he should. But the offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly, you've been around a while. You were at Oregon. You were the Philadelphia Eagles. What were you doing? You're running the ball 3/4 of the time, 1 yard, 2 yard gains, a couple passing plays, interception, run back. Just a horrible game plan. And what happens? You got upset at home. You got beat. You got beat. Then you got mad because Michigan planted a flag on your field, and then you decided to fight. Guys, Ohio State, just what a disappointment. Um, Not in the Big Ten championship. You got knocked out of it. I mean, you'll still get into the playoffs, 2 losses. Probably face someone like a Tennessee in the opening playoff game and get spanked because you're not good. You're not good. You're the Big Ten, throw out Oregon and the rest of the Big Ten, in my opinion, I've said it all year long, is a joke. We'll see if I'm right or wrong in the playoffs. We'll see. But I have no faith in teams like Ohio State, Penn State. I just don't. Indiana, I mean, Ohio State put it on them. I don't know. It depends on who they play in the playoffs. I think they will get in now. I do. But so we started off with Ohio State on Saturday. I had 5 units. Big bet on Ohio State. Minus, I got them down to like minus what, 18 and a half. It didn't matter. It didn't come close to that. Then I had them with a couple teasers and parlays. We start off Saturday minus 10 units. That sucks. That sucks. Did we get crazy? Did we double down? Did we get nervous? No, we kept our same game plan. We kept our same bets that we had that we put in the night before. So let me tell you what happened, guys. Let me tell you what happened. So then we had Notre Dame at 3:30. We had them with Florida State plus 23 and a half for 3 units. Bang that. Then we had Notre Dame money line, Oregon minus 6.5, Georgia Southern money line plus 200. Bang that twice for 6 units. Then we had Notre Dame money line, Arizona State money line, SMU money line, Auburn plus 17 and a half. Yeah, they covered against Alabama. We had them for 4 units. Okay. 4 units plus 218. Bam. 8 units. And then this is why you got to join, guys. This is the reason you join. You go to Whop, join the Degenerate Gamblers. We have we have a free, then we have a paid for 24 bucks a month. And on our paid Discord, shout out to Dave. Shout out to my boy Dave because around 2 o'clock, no, actually around 1 o'clock, Dave said, "Yo, what about Syracuse?" And I said, I've loved Syracuse all week. I think that Syracuse can beat Miami because we know Miami doesn't play defense. So we took uh Syracuse plus 12. We took Syracuse money line plus 340. They go down 20 21 nothing. Guys on the Discord, we're taking Syracuse plus 550, plus 600. You could have gotten them higher. What did Syracuse do, baby? That was a 5 unit bet. We had them plus 340, 2 units at 6 units. They came back and they ended up winning the game, beating Miami. And that's because our Discord. We got guys in the Discord that are looking out all the time for value. We look for value. That's how you win. That's how you beat this game. I don't know. We've had what, 14 weeks? I think we've had 2 down, 1 even, the rest up. We've had the best season we've had ever on the Degenerate Gamblers. A lot of guys I've had for years and years and years on there. I trust them. But Syracuse, shout out Dave. He brought this up. Great value bet. We crushed it. Then we had Georgia Southern, 6 o'clock, 5 units, money line, bang. Well, that's a win. Then Appalachian State in that game went down big. They were plus 9.5. We went the opposite way. We took Appalachian State plus 9.5 for 4 units. Bam. Then we had Florida State plus 23.5, LSU money line, Oregon minus 9.5, plus 176, 3 units. We had them twice. Bam. Okay. There's 5 units. Then, of course, the best. This is one we laughed at. Vanderbilt went up on Tennessee early. Vanderbilt went up early on Tennessee, 14 nothing. We took Tennessee plus 3.5 for 5 units, crushed it. Tennessee, you saw how quickly they came back. So we literally lost the Ohio State game early. It's a big bet. And I think we ended up winning close to 50 units on Saturday. And that's not just me, guys. We got guys on the Discord that are awesome. Like I say, if you like this, hit the like button, follow Howie Dewey, join our Discord. Go to whop.com, hit the button below, join for a month and just see what these guys do. I mean, we had a good day, a decent day on NFL on Sunday, but let's stick with college football because this is the final week of the season. This is the conference championship week. Not a ton of games this week. I think there's 7 games this weekend? No games during the week. Friday night it starts. And before we get into the playoff situation, which is really getting clear, it's not as crazy as it was a week ago. There's probably 11 teams that are getting in this thing, and maybe one on the outside looking in. Could it be South Carolina? Long shot. Mississippi, doubtful. It's going to depend probably on this ACC game Saturday, SMU and Clemson. If Clemson wins this, they could both get in, SMU and Clemson. If SMU gets in, if SMU wins, Clemson's not getting in. Not getting in at all. I mean, they lost to South Carolina on Saturday. South Carolina's the hottest team in the country, won their last 6, probably won't get in. It's going to be a long shot. Let's get into these games Saturday night. So let's start right off the bat. Actually, let's start with Friday night. Friday night, you got the Mountain West. You got Boise State. Does Boise State have to win to get? Yes, they do. Boise State loses this game, they're not getting in the playoffs, man. There's no way. They play UNLV Friday night, and this is not a give me. The line on this game right now is UNLV plus 3.5. The game's in Boise on that blue turf. But we've said it all year long. UNLV has a good squad. They have some NFL players. The receiver is a beast. Ashton Genty is not getting a break Friday night. He's going to get a lot of carries. The over-under on this game is 58.5. They're going to score some points. Both these teams can score. I think Boise will squeak this out and win it. I think overall they have the better team, but this could be a good game. Going to be a good game. I'll put some cash on Boise State in the money line. The game does make me a little nervous. If UNLV wins this, of course they're going. The Mountain West, they win it. There you go. Whoever wins this game is going to the playoffs. If Boise State wins, they get a bye. They're going to be one of the top four teams if they win this. They will get a bye along with Oregon. So that's the game Friday night. The other games, Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State. Western Kentucky just beat them, what, last week? And now they can play them again for the conference championship. There'll be a lot on the line there. These two teams are rivals. They'll leave it all out in the field. Jacksonville State is a 4.5 point favorite after losing. They think they're going to come back and win. That's a tough game. Again, high over under 58.5. They will score some points. Let's get into Saturday, guys. Saturday at noon, you have the Big 12 championship. Iowa State playing Arizona State. Arizona State a 2.5 point favorite. They're playing great ball right now. They're playing great. If they win this game, they're in. They're in the Big 12. I mean, well, whoever wins in is in. But Arizona State, I feel they're the better team in this game. I mean, they've proved it. They've played great the last 5-6 weeks. I think they squeak this game out. You can grab them on the money line at -132 if you like Arizona State. I'll probably do that. Sprinkle. I don't love these games Friday, and I don't love this game. I don't. I actually like the MAC championship game better. You got Ohio playing at Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio is -2.5. I like Ohio in this game. I think Ohio's covered like their last 5 or 6, something like that. I like Ohio in this game. Then you have Marshall playing Louisiana. We'll get into that game. Louisiana -4.5 point favorite. They're solid. They're tough. It's tough to bet against them there. Um, let's talk about probably the biggest game this weekend with the biggest implications. You have SMU playing Clemson in Charlotte, North Carolina for the ACC championship game. Now, if SMU wins this game, obviously they're in. They'll get a higher seed. If they lose this game, they still have a chance to get in. Clemson has to win. Clemson loses this game, they're out. Um, I like SMU this game. I think they have a better team. I mean, Clemson got beat up last week against South Carolina, have to come back, play a solid SMU. I can't bet against SMU in this game. Just can't do it. That is the game, in my opinion, of the week. I mean, that could have implications for a couple of these teams possibly getting it. Then, of course, you got the SEC championship in Atlanta, Texas, Georgia. What do I think about this game? Georgia's already beaten them. They beat Texas. Now they're an underdog. Texas came out right at the bat as a 2.5 point favorite. Over-unders fairly low, 49.5. Obviously, the Sharps or Vegas thinks that Texas is going to come back and win this game. I don't know. I mean, Georgia did not look great against Georgia Tech. It should have lost. Georgia Tech should have beaten them. That probably would have knocked them out. Texas, squeaked by Texas A&M. You know, this is another tough game. I don't know. I tend to think Georgia, I keep saying this. I think they'll get their shit together when this game's in Atlanta. They don't lose a lot of games in Atlanta. It'd be tougher for Texas to go there. I'll take SMU minus the 2.5 over Clemson, maybe par 'em with Georgia money line. Let's talk about the Big Ten. Oh my God. I mean, how did Ohio State just drop the ball? I wouldn't even put him in the playoffs. Real, I mean, and now you got Penn State +3.5 against Oregon. I love Oregon in this game. This is my pick of the week. I'm telling you right now, I'm all over Oregon. I think they probably win this game by 2 touchdowns. Penn State's not that good. They're just not that good. Could have lost to Minnesota. Should have lost to USC. They're just not that good. I love Oregon this game. I think they get on them early. Maybe pull some players. They have some really good guys in the second string also. You've seen it all year long. But I like Oregon to probably thrash Penn State. Of course, Penn State will still get in and get hammered their first game. And again, like I said, the Big 12, you got Iowa State +2.5. Arizona State a slight favorite in that game. I have to lean towards Arizona State to win that. But the playoffs are pretty much said and done. Let's talk about Miami. Um, let's talk about Miami. That was a game. Again, shout out to Dave on the Discord that we hit a little bit later. We hit it well before the game. We had Miami, a Syracuse money line, Syracuse plus 12. Guys were taking it live, betting Syracuse plus 500. They knocked Miami out, probably out of the playoffs. I don't see Miami getting in. I mean, no defense. You let Syracuse beat you, they're not getting in. Right now, they have them ranked 12th. I don't see it. I do see Indiana getting in this. I mean, Notre Dame's in. They're going to have the fifth seed, I would think. It looks like Notre Dame has the fifth seed wrapped up. Uh, who's going to get that 12th spot? Is it South Carolina? Will it be SMU if Clemson wins? Guys, I'm going to throw it out there now just because I think this selection committee is shady as shit. I think there's too much money involved in this. I think Alabama's going to get in. I said it. I don't want them in. I think they will get in. I think this selection committee is going to toss them in. There's going to be a lot of pissed off people, but this is a money game. The SEC has all the money. The Big Ten's going to have four teams in this thing. Uh, yeah, I think Alabama's getting in this thing. Um, so there it is in a nutshell. That's what we have this weekend coming up. Look, join the Discord. Go to Whop. $24. Join. All we do is go back and forth. Live betting, we crush because there's huge opportunities in live betting when good teams get down, especially going into half times. Those halftime speeches often work with good coaches. Ohio State, not so much. Uh, but this is going to be amazing. We have these conference championships this weekend, not a lot of games. Then we get right into bowl season. There's going to be some amazing bowl games. We've put out a conference guide, myself and Tommy G. Shout out 4D Bets. We put it out every year. We do really well. A lot of times that's conference versus conference. That's what we really look for. Coaching matchups, conference, strengths of schedule, huge. Of course, we're in that area now where certain teams are going to be, guys are going to be sitting their agents. You can't play. You're going to go lower in the draft. You can't get hurt. It is what it is. It's all money game now, man. So those are huge. Um, but we really crush during bowl season because we have all that information ahead of time. And that's coming up along with the playoffs. And the playoffs this year are going to be more cut and dry, in my opinion, than any other year. Because, I hope that someone like Penn State opens up with the Tennessee. I really do. And I hope that Vegas gives Penn State a shot. Oh, because I'll be all over Tennessee. I'm telling you that right now. Um, let's see if Georgia can get their shit together. I mean, they came back strong second half, beat a above average Georgia Tech team. Uh, look, I put out futures, what, 3 weeks ago? You could have got Boise State at plus 15,000. Now I think they're down to 10 or 12,000. Notre Dame was what, plus 1,500. I think they're now to plus 800 now. Uh, we had values 2 weeks ago. Notre Dame, I have three teams that I did bet in the futures. I took Boise State at plus 15,000. I took Notre Dame at plus 1,500. And I took Texas there like plus 600. I think they're down to plus four. Those are the three teams that I think have a good shot to win this whole thing. Let's see. Let's wait and see what happens. Boise State, look, if Genty stays healthy and they don't turn the ball over, they can play with anyone. You saw them against Oregon this year. So that's it. That's what we have this weekend. Again, if you learned anything from listening today, learn that if you get down early, don't go crazy. Don't double down. Don't get all nervous. Stick with your plan. That's what we did Saturday. We stuck with our plan. We stuck with our bets. We found value in Tennessee when they were down. We found value in Syracuse when they were down. Okay, we ended up this weekend, I believe, up about 50 units. Because we stuck with the plan. But look, we got great guys on our discount. I love these guys. You can join for a little over $24. You'd be nuts not to. You don't have to take it. We got guys that don't bet everything I say. They'll say, I like this because if I absolutely respect that. Sometimes I listen to some guys on our Discord. They have really good information and they have great bets. Um, so look, if you like what you hear, hit the like button, follow Howie Dewey. I expect to have a really good few weeks coming up with these bowls in the playoffs. We're right in the mix with college basketball. Things are starting to make more sense. We figured out, hey, we've been betting teams that have older guys, more mature guys, and they've been doing very well. That will change a little bit. Certain teams that didn't start off so hot will get their shit together. Let's see if UConn can. I do love Danny Hurley bitching all the time. That just cracks me up. But we'll have some futures in basketball coming out this week. We've had the national championship winner the last 2 years. We loved UConn this year, not so much right now. But college basketball is in full effect. Guys, follow the like button, hit the like button, follow Howie Dewey. And thanks for listening. Love you guys. Peace.